Well, hey there, welcome to my stream. I'm happy you're here. My name is Wayne. I like Minecraft. I like Jesus. So the plan today is to play Minecraft and talk about Jesus. I'll keep an eye on the chat. If you have any comments, any questions, feel free to leave them there. I'm just super excited today. This is a realm that me and my son and family, friends of the family play on. So there are 5 of us total. And I'm currently actually in a restaurant that I'm opening where I sell food. So that's the main thing I do. I sell food. I actually have an iron farm. Why don't I just start off by giving you a quick tour. Also today we're just going to talk about Jesus' command to love our neighbor. So let me start by taking you to my home. There's paths. They're not that pretty, but we have paths. And the first home I built was under a hill, and it looks like actually somebody built an armor stand that bounces, which to me means they gave me some diamond armor and put a banner on my house, which I wasn't expecting at all. So, and if you're here, you can let me know in the chat if the game volume isn't loud enough, or if it's too loud, or what, because I can control that, but I actually don't currently have a good way to monitor it, which I totally should. But my new house, this house here, is actually on world spawn. So whenever people die, they end up here. I've got a bed, a cat, a bird, 2 chests full of stuff that was given to me by Josiah Sandy, a kitchen area which isn't very pretty, a chest that actually is just where I dump random stuff. I'm playing on Minecraft Bedrock Edition on the iPad, so I mostly play on mobile edition, just because it's easier than playing split screen with my son most of the time. So he'll play on the TV, and I will play on the iPad on my lap, Xbox controller paired to the iPad. So that works pretty well for me. So why don't I just introduce you to my neighbors? This is my home. Like I said, there's 5 of us on here, and I've actually never been to all of their houses. We've been playing on the server for a couple months together. It's just really a lot of fun to be able to play together. As far as I know, there's a bridge over here that goes to both of the Josiah's houses. We have updated to 1.19, so we have the goat horns, which are completely unnecessary, but also more fun than they should be to blow the goat horn. Both the Josiahs live over here. My son is named Josiah, and another friend on the realm is named Josiah. So these are the Josiah's houses. At least the ones that they first built and are living in. Apparently you can buy nothing from this stand, but it's very pretty. Up these stairs is my neighbor. I believe this one is Josiah Sandy's house. I've never been in there. Oh, he's got a pressure plate. I didn't mean to open his door. I wasn't going to go snooping around. I will go snooping around my son's house, partly because his door is wide open. Let's practice being a good neighbor. I don't know if I have anything worth giving. I'll have to come back later to be a good neighbor, because I have rotten flesh, empty buckets, some wood, some glass, some seeds. But, oh, it's almost nighttime. I will be a neighbor and close his door. And I'm a big fan of sleeping through the night in Minecraft, so my plan is to take a nap. There we go. Now I don't actually know how to get out of his house. He's had apparently some digging of hole issues. And I actually haven't been to Steven's house for quite a while, but I know where he was living, so we'll go visit Steven. While on our way there, let's talk about Jesus. I'm a big fan of Jesus. In the gospel accounts, the accounts of Jesus' life, he was asked what the greatest commandment was, and he responded to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. This is our community campground. It's kind of where we all started, our first couple of chests. This is the community campground library. It's a lovely little place with books and our enchanting table. But after after the response of love God and love your neighbor, the gentleman asking the question, the religious leader, asked Jesus who his neighbor was. This is our map wall. Mr. Stephen has done a great job of keeping this up, and these are the ice prairies that I travel to through the nether. Maybe we'll show you that sometime. I'll travel through the nether, but I don't go in the nether that often because I die there. But to love your neighbor, and the man asks, who is my neighbor? And then Jesus told a story. It's a pretty famous story. A lot of times you'll see the heading in the Bible calling it the Good Samaritan. Also, Stephen, good job on the paths. These weren't here before. These are Stephen's cows, apparently. Jesus told the story of the Good Samaritan, in which he told the story about a Samaritan man. The Samaritans were people who were not fully Jews, but closely related to the Jewish people. I believe this is Stephen's starter house. There's a floor and chest. I think he had a bed there at one time. And that Samaritan was traveling. He was beat up, and he was left for dead. And then Jesus tells how the people walked by. There was a priest and a Levite that walked by and passed to the other side. It looks like Stephen's collecting lava. I don't know where his new house is, though. But the priest and the Levite walked by, and they passed the other side, and they left the Samaritan man. They left the Jewish man. Sorry, the traveling man was a Jewish man. They left him, and they left him there. They just walked by. I'm saying hey to Augie because he's in the chat. Good friend, good to see you, Augie. I'm learning how to pay attention to chat while I talk about Jesus and play Minecraft. So happy you're here. Israelite man was left half dead on the road. Two Israelite religious leaders passed by and didn't do anything. But then, this man who was a Samaritan, people that Jews didn't really get along with that well, didn't associate with, came by and bandaged up the wounds of the man, helped him out, put him on his own donkey, put him in an inn, paid for the stay, paid for the medicine, and told the innkeeper to take care of him, and if he owed anything else, he'd come back. And then Jesus asks the question. Jesus is so good at this. He gets asked a question, and then he asks a question back to make the people think. And he says, "Who do you think was a neighbor?" And man, the religious leader was pretty smart, so he answered Jesus. He said, "The one who took care of him, of course." So the one who is a neighbor is the one who takes care of him. So when Jesus commands us to love our neighbor, it's not just loving people who are like us. It's not just loving people who we think are deserving of love, people who can do something for us, but it's showing love to those in need. I've been cooking stone to turn it into stone bricks because I built a bridge. I'm almost kind of proud of a bridge. I'll take you to show you that bridge in a minute, and then I'll get things so I can actually be a good neighbor. I'm not very organized. This is my chest full of kind of earthing stuff. This is definitely not my valuables in here. Definitely not my valuables here. So if you ever sneak into our realm, don't look at these valuables. Animal stuffs. Would you look at that? Of course, that's wood. And like I said, I'm not very organized. I have this big, I've just come into my house. I need to dump things off chest, and I'm actually going to use it right now. For some stuff that I don't think I'll need anytime soon. The mangrove tree wood and doors, super fantastic in the 1.19 update. So I love that. So man, being a good neighbor. I like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. We all know that. But something else that's got me thinking about neighborliness lately is you may have seen on YouTube. I just posted a video where I watched an episode of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That's my restaurant. We'll look at it in a minute. Every day in the month of June. And some people aren't big fans of Mr. Rogers. They think maybe that telling everybody they're special makes everybody feel too special, and then they can be selfish or think too highly of themselves. And I understand that people can take it that way. But man, this man was talking to preschoolers. And whether or not we think somebody is a good person by our standards, they were created in the image of God. They are worthy of love, and they're valued, regardless of some of the decisions that they've made. So I just love that message from Mr. Rogers about about that people are loved, that they are valued, and that they are worthy of love. I just think that is such a good thing to help people know, to help people realize that they are loved and they have value, not because of what they've done, or because of their accomplishments, or because of their good deeds, or anything like that. But people have value because they're humans, because they're created in the image of God. And that was just really cool for for that whole month to see that, and the way that Mr. Fred Rogers accomplished that was quite amazing. So I've got some iron. I'm gonna go give it to everybody else on the realm. I figured that's kind of neighborly. Oh, Minecraft. Mr. Augie, I love Minecraft. My son played it on creative for a while, and let me show you my bridge. I would sometimes play it with him on creative, but then he went to a friend's house, and his friend played on survival, so he played on survival, and then he came back and played on survival. So I've really enjoyed doing that with him. This is my bridge. I am not a master builder. Me and my son, we watch Hermitcraft episodes. We love Green. We love B-Double-O, big fan, and they build amazing things. Like when they build things, I'm just blown away. But this is my first attempt at like a kind of a big bridge. It's got 2 pillars. It looks like it could actually stand up, maybe, in real life. But it goes over to here where I've just planted some trees. And Josiah, not my son, has made the land salmon over near my tree farm. So this is land salmon, and it's in a fish tank there, and it just wiggles. And I think there might be 2 in there, and he thinks that is the absolute funniest thing. So that's one of my neighbors. I honestly don't know where I have to go for Stephen and Hannah to give them their gift and be a good neighbor. I know where both of Josiah's live. I know where some of Stephen's chests are. I don't know what this big square thing is. I also don't know who put all this glowstone here. If we go off of my path, you can see. Oh yeah, this is my iron farm. It's totally built using a tutorial. It's also totally cat friendly. The cats just get out. Iron farm, villager trader hall. They're not zombie villagers, so I have to pay full emeralds for things. But I also just tend to trade in iron blocks to get emeralds when I need them. I built a bee farm at one time. I didn't like it. I left it half standing. That's one of my issues with maybe finishing or not finishing things. I've got my farms. I do have a minecart rail that goes from my home out to the iron farm. I don't very often ride it because it's just easier to walk. These are my cows. As I told you, I've opened a restaurant, so I essentially have a cattle farm. I probably shouldn't have fallen in there because I'm not gonna harvest any of the cows at this time because I'd want to feed them first. I also have some dripstone lava going on because I got tired of running. There was like one place down at diamond level that we were getting lava from, and I got tired of going down there over and over and over and over to get it. And I'm eating carrots because I find like when I carry steak or something better to eat, I find that then I don't want to eat if I'm only missing 1 health bar, but then I don't heal. Carrots are easy, and you can just eat them anytime. So they're a great source of food. I like carrots in real life. They're one of my favorite vegetables. I don't actually like many vegetables, so they're one of the vegetables I eat in real life, and they're a good source of food in Minecraft. I totally went the wrong way to go to the Josiah's houses to deliver half a stack of iron blocks, just to be neighborly. That's not the bridge. This is one of the first things we built. This is the public dock. Hannah is quite the fisher. She can have just a regular fishing rod with no enchantments and catch saddles and enchanted books like it's nobody's business. She does better fishing with an unenchanted pole than I do with something that has like Lure 3 and Luck of the Sea 2. But that's okay. So I'm going to be neighborly. Jesus commanded us to love our neighbor. And I think sometimes, at least for me, sometimes I want to choose who my neighbor is. Or I want to be like the religious leader that asked the question, who is my neighbor? Because he wants to be able to love some people and not love others. He probably wanted to love other Israelite people, other Jewish people that were like him. But he didn't want to have to go through the trouble of loving everybody. But Jesus' answer doesn't really give room for that. Jesus' answer tells us that we're supposed to love whoever's in need, whoever can use our help. Oops, I've never come into Josiah Sandy's house. This is where he keeps the... Oh, he has a couple saddles, some leaves. We'll give him half a stack. I sell my iron for $1 per stack. And it sells sometimes. And I don't really sell it because I need diamonds. I just sell it because... Well, I built an iron farm, so I have more than I'm ever going to use. I actually thought about building like one of the bridges out of iron blocks or something. But I haven't yet. So... to love those who aren't like us, it's sometimes easy to not want to do that. Or even to, one thing that I wrestle with is how do I love people who I don't agree with and be able to show them love. This is our first diamond mine. It's got the old fall down into the water trick. Sometimes I die when I try that. How do we love people that we don't agree with while we disagree with them? And that's hard because I think so much of our world today sees love as acceptance, and I don't think those are the same thing. We see love as acceptance, and we've decided that if you don't accept everything about me, you don't love me. And I don't think that's true, but it is a tricky thing to be loving and to be kind and to show love to those we don't agree with. While, at least as believers, while we stand on the truth of God's Word. I really wish I knew where Stephen and Hannah's new house is, so I can leave stuff there for them. I guess we'll just go exploring. That's a really big jungle tree. Yeah, so you can, in the chat or in the comments, let me know what you think about that. What do you think about loving those who don't agree with us? Like, how can we do that best? And is there... Because I think for me, there's the fear that if I am loving, like, they'll take it as acceptance. This is very nice. Very nice stairs, and I love the big windows. I'll assume... I guess I shouldn't assume, but oh man, their kitchen is way cooler than mine. They've got... looks like a pork chop out. Sorry, I think I'm being envious of my neighbor's house. I will leave 2 half stacks, and then I'll send a message to let them know that they each get a half stack of iron here. Loving those we don't agree with. Man, it's hard. It's hard to do. Steven is a very wise dude. I want to see what he's got. He's got some automatic crop farms. I'm guessing he's using water to harvest these. I don't know if it's like push a button or if it's on a timer or if he's got a sensor somewhere. But I should really look into this because it seems like a good way to do farming. Also, I should look into let him know to fill up his creeper holes or whatever kinds of holes those were. I also wasn't looking at how I got over here, so I don't know how to get back to my house either. I think I might just go put some stuff away, and then I might just go harvest my hay, my wheat, the old-fashioned way. I didn't even know this bridge was here. Very nice bridge. I assume Josiah, that's not my son, built that. I'm carrying a map in my left hand. Totally don't mean to, not mean to, but just a good place for it. Augie, yeah, love is an acceptance. Jesus loved all that he encountered. He didn't accept the people for who they were, but told them to go and sin no more. So true. And our society is polarized, right? You can't... It's really hard to disagree with somebody in a loving way. Like, that's not necessarily a natural thing. So how do we, if we say we're following Christ, how do we, I love that bouncing thing, show that love to each other? I think there's very practical ways. I mean, the story of the Good Samaritan, the the Samaritan man took care of his needs practically. So if there's people that disagree with us, and there are plenty of issues to disagree about, like the proper way to store things and how to not carry so many things around with you all the time. I'll give you a tour of the restaurant after I just harvest some wheat and some carrots and some potatoes. I might harvest potatoes, I might not. I haven't decided yet. But definitely some wheat and some carrots. And then some cows. Yeah, practical ways. If we have no people that need things, I think that's one of the easiest way to be a good neighbor is to do practical things. If there's somebody that disagrees with me about politics or about religion or anything like that, like I can show love in practical ways through kindness, through holding open a door, through being kind. Like even when you're eating fast food, when you're eating out, you don't know the beliefs or the stance on issues of the person serving you at the Jack in the Box drive-thru window when you get your sourdough jack no tomatoes. But you can choose in that moment to be kind, to be compassionate, to be caring. And that could be a big deal to them because my guess is, and from having worked in fast food back in the day, not a lot of people are that kind or thoughtful when they're going through the drive-thru. And we can do that, and that's a simple way. That's kind of a not scary way. It's not going to, it's not showing acceptance of anything. It's just being kind. Apparently I'm hungry. I need to eat carrots. But then there's even, I think, in conversations with people that disagree with us, there's ways that we can assume the best. I think sometimes when I talk to people in my family, I'm not perfect. I don't always come across as being kind. Sometimes I say things that are rude, but I've asked them to do me a favor, and I've asked them to also, hopefully the fan's not too noisy. I have a fan on because it's actually a warm day. I've asked them to start with the assumption that I care about them and that I love them. And I think if we have, especially people we've built relationships with, we can talk about things we disagree with, but we can start with that assumption that like this person isn't trying to fight me. This person just, they think differently, and we're allowed. I think we're allowed as humans to think differently about things. Like I want to be able to talk to people who think differently because otherwise I'll never grow. Like I'm not perfect. I don't know everything about Scripture. I have some beliefs. I have some things that I think Scripture is pretty clear about. But I also know that I could be wrong about that. So if we're not willing to engage in civil conversation with others, then we'll never grow. And part of being a disciple, part of following Jesus, is growing. Is sanctification, is becoming more and more like Jesus. And if we only ever talk to people who are like us, and we can't have good conversations with those we disagree with, then I think we kind of limit our chance to grow. I know there are like ways to farm not this manually, but I also kind of like farming this manually. Oh, absolutely. Saying thank you. Leaving big tips for bad waiters. Sometimes we base our tip on the waiter. Sometimes just leave a 25% tip for a crummy waiter. Because you know what? Maybe they're a crummy waiter because they're having an awful day. And maybe that tip makes their day. Just small things that we can do to show love. I would love to know also what you guys think is the best food source in Minecraft. Like, should I just be eating steak even if I only have one hunger bar? Or should I carry around bread? Or should I just keep eating carrots? Or baked potato? Like, I don't like baked potatoes in real life, so I also kind of feel like since this is like the third night that's about to happen, I should go back to Josiah's house and sleep in his bed again. Because I haven't slept in my own bed since I've been going. Which I guess is kind of a weird thing. Also, if you have thoughts on how much I should how much I should talk about Jesus and how much I should talk about Minecraft, feel free to let me know. This is my first ever live stream, and you know what? I want to be like Dude Perfect, so this mic, it's just for show. It's not plugged in. I have a mic up here that's connected to the camera, but I got the Rodecaster for a podcast I'm going to do, and it's a sharp looking mic, so I went ahead and set that in the frame to, I guess, to look cooler than I actually am, is honestly what's happening there. So hopefully it looks cool. I mean, I can click back over to OBS, and I mean, it looks cool to me, but you'll have to let me know if it looks cool to you. Also, I have stuff set up to be able to put chat comments on the screen. And I don't know how to use that yet. I've used it, but never while I was playing a game. So I'll let you know a little bit about my setup. In order to do this, I have my iPad. I have the 2018 iPad Pro 11-inch, and I have that running out of a dongle HDMI out into an ATEM mini switcher through channel 1, and then that output is going to my what's usually my second computer monitor. And then also my computer monitor has a headphone out, so that's going to a small speaker so I can hear, which I've learned when you play Minecraft without speakers, it's really easier to die to creepers. So I have a small speaker so I can hear, and then I have my Sony a6400 plugged into a power supply, also going into the ATEM Mini for the picture-in-picture there. And then that's all running into OBS with just that simple background and the craft and character. I like bread, but that's before they changed all the stuff in Minecraft. Augie, how long has it been since you've played Minecraft? And do you have access to play Minecraft on a Switch or an Xbox One and play Bedrock Edition? Because if you do, I would love to invite you to my realm. Augie is one of the guys I've been interacting with on YouTube for probably the longest. We've watched each other's video. He's a youth pastor in Iowa? I want to say Iowa. My son is a big fan of Java. Man, I can't use a keyboard and mouse for this game, so that's why I like Bedrock Edition. The Realms is easy to just set up and let them take care of all the stuff instead of trying to actually set up a server. So it's been a really good thing it's been a lot of fun. I also met a friend, another in-faith missionary. Him and his son play. I need to get hooked up with him and get on his realm and get him onto our realm. So that can be fun. I had never, until a few weeks ago, defeated the Ender Dragon, but we got all 5 of us on the realm. And defeated the Ender Dragon. We've also defeated a Wither. Josiah, not my son, spawned the Wither just underneath their house, and him and my son then proceeded to die multiple times to the Wither. Had a chance to get on with Steven, and we built a bunch of iron golems because I have an iron farm, so that was pretty easy. Dug out a tunnel back into where the Wither was and let the iron golems defeat him for us. So that strategy worked. But then we made a realm rule that if you're going to spawn the Wither, go a couple thousand blocks away, because they do damage. They do a lot of damage. I ran out of seeds. I told you I like the manual farming, but then after seeing Steven's stuff over there, man, that something to automatically farm your crops looks pretty neat. This is my simple turn extra seeds into bone meal so I can grow more things. It's not that efficient. I was going to go with that other hay that fell down. It's not that efficient, but it works decently. We also have a skeleton farm, so we definitely don't need bone meal like we did, but we have the option to get it. And I have a decent sword for collecting, for harvesting the cattle for the restaurant. Bought a looting 2 book from Josiah, not my son. So, and it has flame, so I get the cooked beef and some good drops for that. My plan was to be live for about an hour, but feels like a long time. I didn't really think through how much talking I should do. Like I said, I'm totally open to comments and thankful for Augie's comments and thoughts about what Jesus said when he was talking about being our neighbor. I guess I can share some of my favorite episodes. The Mr. Rogers episodes I watched was like a best of volumes 1 and 2, and there was the first week in 1968, which was his first week. That was his first week on national television after the first year just there locally in Philadelphia. So that was black and white. The neighborhood of Make Believe, kind of boring, but it was supposed to be because Mr. Rogers didn't even want to look like what TV looked like then, let alone what TV looks like now. But I really do enjoy that. I guess I should bake the potatoes so I can put them in the restaurant. I did love, there was an episode from 1981 where Mr. Rogers visited his friend's shop, and they had an electric car, and it was like little, it was boxy, it was probably twice the size of a golf cart. I didn't harvest all my potatoes. So I was like, I have more potatoes than that. But it got like 50 miles of range, which like doesn't sound like a lot compared to, you know, the Tesla or the Ford F-150 Lightning or the Rivian truck, one of which I've seen in the wild down in Woodland, like half hour south of here. And but this electric car in 1981, which kind of blew my mind because that was 41 years ago by my math, and I know that because I was born 41 years ago in 1981. Got lots of carrots. I am selling carrots and baked potatoes. I don't even know where I'm keeping potatoes. I have a lot of sugar cane. I trade paper with the guys. I have with my villagers. I have a lot of bamboo. I should make some scaffolding, but I tend to just use dirt mostly. Do I have anything else I can give away that would just be good neighborly? I could give books to people. Do I have any good books? Efficiency. I'll get an efficiency book away. What other good books do I have? Power 4, Efficiency 1, Loyalty, Bane of... I still don't know what the Bane of Arthropods... I've heard of what it does. I just don't remember what it does. Oh, Fortune 3, that's a really good book. Sharpness 2, Lure 3, Efficiency 4, Fortune 3. Alright, those are 4 good books. Honestly, maybe the 4 best books I have. Let's go be neighborly, and then I'll go show you my restaurant. It's not... I haven't really shown you my house, but my restaurant, it looks okay. It's kind of got an Applebee's vibe going on the outside. This is my home. It's built out of white wool, diorite, and calcite with spruce wood. It's the first like kind of main house I built, and I'm pretty okay with it. It looks pretty good. Josiah Sandy, then Josiah, the other Josiah, not my son, built a tower next to it, which felt kind of random, but there it is. I've used it a little bit for storage, a little bit for other things. These crops along here are part of like our first farms that we all shared. Our campfire, like these chests still have some random stuff. Josiah, my son, is actually still eating. I wonder if he knows this blue dye is here. He's using a lot of blue stuff, so Josiah Rosinski, if you're watching, blue dye right there. So you can grab that if you need it. I totally forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, this is where we started. Just all sharing stuff. You know, when you dig for iron to build your first iron tools and you share iron. I should have gone to the Josiah's houses first, but I didn't, because we're giving away books. We're trying to be a good neighbor. I think Jesus was probably talking about real life and not video games. But I'm gonna try and be a good neighbor in the realm. By giving away books. There was, for a while, there was a glitch that you could put things into a furnace, then take them out and get XP that way. So we did that, and that's why I have 2 chests full of enchanted books. Most of those were actually earned by getting levels. They were glitched, which everyone is okay with. To get levels, and most of us just bought books or enchanted things we had. Yeah, I have to think this is this is Stephen and Hannah's house. I think I need to go all the way upstairs and look around. I don't know if there's 2 slots left in their chest here. I can look on mobile. You have to scroll down to look. I don't even know what this is. This is a beautiful orange glazed terracotta. I got to know where they found that because I need some of that in my life. I hear my son. My office is a shed. It's right next to our living room office, or our living room shed. I just heard that door, so my son might be going in there to get on the realm. We'll find out the next time I go to bed if there's somebody else on. Oh man, look at this little passway through. Oh, whoa, what? That's lovely. This is fantastic. My guess is that this is Hannah's room, but I don't know. Which is her best book? That one's got a lot of options. We'll give that book to Hannah, I think. I like the door with the warped wood. That's a magnificent door. Oh, how do I get it? Where's the? Oh, I missed the stairway. Okay, it's corner stairs. That's nice. Man, oh, I don't think there's a window here. Which I almost fell out. I'm gonna have to go to bed. I'll go all the way downstairs. Sleep in an orange bed, because orange is the best color ever. At least that's my opinion. That orange is the best color ever. We'll pretend that this is Steven's chest, which means I should probably take half a stack of that. We'll give Steven. I feel like he's a pretty efficient guy. We'll give him efficiency 4. Man, that orange glazed terracotta, do you see that? It's right here. That's a magnificent block. I didn't know that block existed, which I don't know that a lot of things in Minecraft exist. Now I have to figure out how to get back upstairs. This is not the what? This is not the way upstairs. It must be up here and to the right and across here. All right. Oh, there's another door. Ooh. Nice axe. I think that's the one that I can buy from my villager. What's this? Mangrove trapdoor. Man, the mangrove trees are brand new. It's an annoying tree to cut down because of all the roots, but it's a nice red wood, which is pretty cool. All right, we'll give Hannah 46 because I don't want to take half a stack there. Now I think I should be able to get out. Oh, ender chest. This is why I keep my ender chest. It's my whoops I died kind of gear and ender pearls, and apparently buckets. I think there's buckets because we were dealing with lava. So I think the easiest way down is, the easiest way down is through the stairs, but the best way down is to prove to you guys that I cannot parkour for the life of me, and I'm gonna try and make this jump and then out to that tree. Where's my best option? I feel like if I get a run off of this. Oh yeah, this is beautiful. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Whoa, I did it. Look at that. And then we'll jump to that tree. Look at that. I barely even took any fall damage. We'll just ease it down. Easy peasy. Alright, now we gotta make it to Josiah's house. Is that a zombie? Under a tree? Get out of here. Get out of here. Just show you guys my survival skills there. I'm skilled in survival. Defending my neighbor's forest. I still don't know exactly which way is back. But I have an idea. I heard a ding and I don't know what that means from my computer. Like I said, it's my first live stream. Trying to be a good neighbor. Talking about how Jesus commanded us to love our neighbors. Have you ever not been lost but also not known where you were? Also not knowing why your neighbor has skeleton horses? And swimming llamas in his turtle pen? We'll have to send Steven a message. Oh, my house! Send Steven a message and ask what is going on with all of that. Alright, so we've got 2 books to deliver. And then I'll show you guys the restaurant. And you can rate it. I would love a comment, whether you're watching this live or watching the replay. A comment, like out of 24. How many stars out of 24 the restaurant gets? Just for the outside. The inside is not done yet. So we'll go deliver these 2 books to our neighbors. And then we'll head over to the restaurant. And you guys can let me know what you think. I'm pretty happy with it. Josiah, this is a big floating tree, which according to the realm rules is not allowed. But you know what? I should go cut it down. Maybe I'll get back to cutting that down later. My son Josiah is building the Avengers Tower from a tutorial. So that's the outline of that over there. Every time I see these armor stands, I think there's somebody else. But there's not. One thing about playing on Bedrock is we don't use chat very much because when you're playing on Xbox or on the Switch, it's not very easy. Which, I use this chest, right? Alright, that's where I put the half a stack. He'll get Fortune 3. Oh, is this the daylight sensor thing? Yeah, I haven't used those. Those are fancy. I probably should. And the door closes itself. The things you can do in Minecraft are absolutely amazing to me. My son Josiah is working on that. He got all his blue glass and gray concrete. So that will be Avengers Tower, and that is pretty sweet. I think this is his gravestone for Birdie. He had a birdie that got blowed up earlier in the season. Today my pet bird Birdie has been killed by a witch. We will always remember you, Birdie. May you rest in peace. Goodbye, my friend, till I see you again. Didn't mean to laugh. It's very kind that he did for Birdie. I always miss his door though. I also don't know which. I feel. Oh, my son also. Another rule of the realm is that always carry a bed, because most of the time we sleep through the night, and we all have to sleep to get through the night. So my son didn't have a bed, and he said, "Well, I can't sleep. I don't have a bed." And I said, "Making a bed is pretty easy. You should probably just make yourself a bed." He didn't have any wood. He didn't have any wool. I have a lot of sheep, and I had plenty of wood, so I made him a dozen beds. I think that's his concrete shelter box for his Avengers Tower. So yeah, I was a good neighbor, and I gave my son a dozen beds so that any time that we wanted to sleep, he would have that bed with him. And if he dies, he goes home, he gets another bed, easy peasy. I should probably ride my horse around. It takes so long to walk places these days, or maybe I should just learn to be more patient. Take it slow, take it easy. I don't even know where this bridge goes. I think it goes... Hannah's house used to be over here. Also, that's weird. I don't know why we stepped that far down. Ah, this is a path that cuts through to a house. But then I think there's a... Oh, there's a stairway. And these are... What are these? I don't remember what these are called. Sugar beets. Are they sugar beets? No, just beets. Beetroot. And nobody eats them because they're gross. I do have a farmer that trades for them at my trading hall. But I had beetroot over by my farms. But actually, I'm just gonna drop that right in this hole. Boop. Had beetroot over in my farm area, but I harvested all that, traded it to the villager, and then planted more wheat when I started harvesting cows. Alright, so we'll start in the back. This is my restaurant. This is the back. Got the brick, and then the mangrove tree wood, spruce wood beams. So this is the back. That's the kitchen window there. This dirt is my scaffolding. So that does not need to be there. We've got the ladder, because you know all good restaurants have the ladder for the roof access. So this is the roof access. I don't know if I love the roof. It's stairs facing one way, then stairs facing the other way, with birch. But I do love the mangrove wood there, and you can walk right off because it's always stairs. And I feel like we gotta get a little farther away to get a good view. Let's go up on top of this hill. I think we'll get a good view on top of this hill. Then you can remember you're rating it on a scale, on a 24-star scale, what you think of the exterior of my restaurant. There it is. Honestly, on a 24-star scale, I'd probably give it a... Oh, Augie, very kind with 22. I was thinking an 18. Like, I need some details, that's for sure. I like the brick and then the red roof. And then obviously this is deep slate bricks, open while under construction, and the mangrove doors. So far it's just got windows, it's got a bench, it's got places that tables will be. I use the light wood on the roof. I think that helps a lot. Also, there's some places where if you hide... Where would I put it? Here? I'll probably put it here. I didn't put it there. I'll put it here. If you hide a torch under a slab, that torch light will still come through. So you can have more light that way by using the slab over a torch, and then just use the lights above just for decoration and not worrying about whether or not they light up the place enough. So right now I sell steak for 1 diamond per stack, baked potatoes for 1 diamond per stack, and carrots 1 diamond for 2 stacks. And of course, my guess is that nobody needs to buy food. I think everybody's got a decent food source. But that's okay. I just want to have a restaurant. That way, if you don't want to worry about your own food, that's one thing. Like, when you play on a realm, you can worry about what you want to and not worry about other things. So if you don't want to worry about food, just a second. If you don't want to worry about the food, you can just come pay a diamond for a stack of beef. This will be the kitchen. The chimney's on this side, so we'll have something that goes up the fire there, but we don't yet. So that's my restaurant. I think it's a fine place. I think it works. I plan to decorate the inside. I do tend to like start a project and then not always finish it in Minecraft and in real life. But hopefully we get that restaurante finished and detailed, and then hopefully just make some diamonds, because I like farming wheat and harvesting cows. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna see if I can get another stack of steak while I eat my carrots. That's my horn. You cannot eat the go horns, which totally makes sense. I think it's every 5 minutes or so that you can feed the cows. So we'll feed all the cows we can. For a while I was using sheep as my food source, and then saving the beef for the restaurant. But yeah, then just like I said, if I'm only missing 1 health bar, I want to just eat something real quick. I think tonight we will sleep with the cows, and I should be carrying an orange bed. I don't know why I haven't changed that. The good thing about sleeping anywhere is with spawn being at my house, if I break my bed then die, I will just literally spawn on my roof. So, didn't mean to do that, but it's pretty handy. Let's see if we can get rid of a little more of this wheat. I just run around until I find cows that will take it. And then they'll make more cows. And then, so I slept by myself so nobody else is on the realm. I also have a lot of leather, which means I can make a lot of books, which is good for trading at the trading hall and for enchanting. So I didn't have any big projects planned for today, just more show you around the realm and talk a little bit. I haven't shown you any of our nether stuff. We went to the end to defeat the Ender Dragon. I have not been back to the end. I don't think I'll be a go to the end very often kind of guy. I don't need an elytra. They seem fun, but I also think I'd probably die trying to get it. We don't have any mending books, so it would also just it would wear out eventually. I think both of Josiah's have worn out their elytras, so I don't know if they're gonna go get more or what their plan is. We'll get a couple stacks of steak here to keep the restaurant stocked. Like I said, that way if people don't want to worry about a food source, they can just come by. What should I name my restaurant? Let me know. I haven't named it. I was just gonna call it Wayne's because I'm lazy sometimes. But let me know what I should name my restaurant. And Augie, it's likely gonna be up to you, but I'll give the stream a couple days to see if anybody else comments on what I should name it. But I will totally pick a name from the comments for the restaurant, and I'll probably just say it on a little sign because I'm not cool enough to like write it in blocks or anything like that. But we will name it. We will name it something besides Wayne's. That's fun. Like, part of me wants to take care of it, but part of me wants to just leave it there and let me think that somebody's at my home every time I come home. Like I said, some of the manual stuff is my favorite to do, whether it's just manual tree farming or the wheat farming. But I do love the automated stuff. The automated iron farm is fantastic, because when you run out of iron, that is just no fun for anybody. But if you can just always have... I thought I had another 64, but I don't. Which means I probably... Do I have any... I need some chests in the back for the stock that I don't quite have. I don't remember how to build a crafting table either. Oh, I'm not building a crafting table, I'm building a chest. I like barrels so much better than chests. But I don't think I have everything it takes to make a barrel. I also never remember what it takes to make a barrel. I think it takes slabs and sticks. Slabs and sticks, baby! Alright. Couple barrels for the kitchen. For my backstock, always close your door behind you. Otherwise, some creepers come through. Dennis, you are my favorite Floridian. I hope you're doing well. What's up, Dennis? Yeah, I hope you're enjoying my first live stream ever. Dennis is the man. Dennis is the man. He's been a youth pastor. He's been all the things. He does YouTube. He does design work. Dennis, man, seriously, if I ever end up in Florida, I won't come sleep on your couch for a night and just hang out with you because you seem like a cool dude. Really, you know, sometimes we talk about how online relationships aren't real, and I understand. Like I value the people that I know and know in person, but also, man, people you just know online can be, I don't know where I want to put this barrel, can just be valuable friendships, valuable relationships. Somebody's favorite Floridian. I mean, I hope to be somebody's favorite, I guess not even all of Washingtonian, just somebody's favorite Southwest Washingtonian. That's what I want to be. I want to be people's favorite Southwest Washingtonian. That needs to be like my new YouTube tagline. Wayne Riz, some people's favorite Southwest Washingtonian. That's a pretty good goal. That's a pretty good goal. Maybe next time I do a stream, I'll actually figure out what I'm doing with my life. Maybe not with my life, but maybe what I'm doing with this restaurant, with the interior. Like I said, today was my first one. I've had a blast talking. If you haven't been around for most of it, we've been talking about Jesus and his command to love our neighbors and what that means and what that looks like and why are you here? Man, daytime mobs, when you're not ready for them, scary, scary stuff. And what it means to love our neighbors even when we don't agree with them. So, right? Southwest Washingtonian, it's a thing. You're going to start hearing that phrase all over. Just remember that you heard it here first, folks. On my YouTube live stream, Minecraft. I would love to know if you're around. What are your favorite video games to play these days? I love, obviously, Minecraft because it's fun, it's creative, it's great, it's challenging. I die sometimes. We just bought a MetaQuest 2 and I play 11 table tennis, which is just the most fun thing ever. And then on the Xbox One, I love the Forza Horizon games. Like the Forza games are probably fun, but I love the Forza Horizon games because they're a little bit more arcadey still. And so those are games I really enjoy. Forza Horizon 5, the Hot Wheels expansion comes out in like 2 weeks. My son's looking forward to that. I'm just going to go cut down wood. I'm going to put everything I have in a random chest that's not wood, and I'm going to go cut down wood. That's what I want to do with the rest of my time today. So if that's not exciting to you, I'm sorry. Forza Horizon 5, I have the steering wheel and the setup there, which, you know, it's probably more money than I should spend on video games, but I just really enjoy it. Like it's super relaxing for me to usually. It's also kind of stressful because racing, but to sit with the steering wheel, the shifter, and the pedals and play, that's like one of my favorite games to sit for like an hour or two and play. Does Subway Surfer count? Subway Surfer absolutely counts. I still play chicken. On my phone I play Clash of Clans. Like every 6 months I'll play it for like a week and then realize that it's way too addictive for me. Thanks, Augie. Thanks for stopping by, man. So happy you watched this stream. Yeah, my wife is a big Candy Crush fan, so she enjoys that. Like Dude Perfect, Endless Ducker, Mario Run, I've played on the phone. Yeah, it's like they make them just to be addictive so you watch more ads, huh? It's almost like that's their design. Obviously, that's one of my issues with social media as well, is they want you to just be there forever. I do love a good. What kind of tree is this? I totally forgot. Totally spacing. Acacia. Love a good acacia tree. They have the orange planks, and as we all know, orange is the best color in the world. At least I'm a big fan of it. My favorite two colors are orange and purple. You can leave me a comment, let me know your favorite colors. If you want to. You don't have to though. I mean, that's pretty personal information. I do find the acacias are kind of hard sometimes to not leave floaters because they grow sideways. And especially when you plant them all together, you don't know which one is part of what or where they exactly came from. And I planted way too many here. When I started, I should have probably spaced them out a little bit. That's my whoops. Man, I just want to give some closing thoughts. So if you're ready, if you're taking notes, here are my closing thoughts. Jesus told us to love our neighbor. He didn't say love your neighbor when it's easy. He didn't say love your neighbor if it's convenient. He didn't say love your neighbor if they agree with you. He didn't say love your neighbor unless they ride a motorcycle and are riding outside at 11 o'clock at night just revving their engine. He didn't say love your neighbor unless they're the kind of guy that mows the yard at 8:30 on Saturday morning. Kind of sorry, neighbor. Man, it's the best time, like according to the internet, because your grass is like just getting rid of the dew and it's not too hot yet. Also, it's just the best time for my day. I do have an electric mower, so it's not that loud. But Jesus didn't put caveats on love your neighbor, and he taught that and he lived that, showing love. But love isn't synonymous with acceptance. We can love someone without agreeing with them. We can love someone even though by our reading of scripture what they're doing is wrong. We can love someone even if they have some different theological beliefs than us. We can love someone that's a different political party than us. And we're commanded to. Jesus didn't put those caveats on. And besides Jesus, Mr. Rogers was just a great example of what it meant to love. Like, he could look into the camera. And man, you can just tell that man cared about the preschoolers that he was making that show for. That he wanted them to know that they were loved and that they were valued. And honestly, that month of watching Mr. Rogers was super inspiring. I might die because it's nighttime and I'm in the trees. That's why I always carry a bed. This is my horse pen. I did make a horse pen so I could ride my horse out here. I just thought horses should be a cool way to travel, but it wasn't. Today I forgot to write it, so I might cut down a few more trees. Thank you so much for checking out the stream, for stopping by. The goal is to do these every Friday at 4 o'clock to play Minecraft and talk to you. If you have topics you want to talk about, leave a comment. Send me a message on Instagram. I'm at WayneWiz there. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Alligator. Thanks, Dennis. I also loved making that video. It's one that turned out to be, like, I looked forward to doing it, but then my dad's like, I really, really like this. So thank you for those kind words, man. All right, guys. Take it easy.